Citizen. I'm your host, Tia Carol Jones. I'm here today with Dr. Kimberly Hollingsworth, president of Olive Harvey College. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so delighted to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, as you mentioned, I'm Kimberly Hollingsworth. I'm currently the president at Olive Harvey College. I have been working in higher education now for about 27 years. This is my 22nd year with City Colleges of Chicago. I've worked in several capacities at a number of institutions. I worked at Harold Washington College, downtown, Richard J. Daley College on the southwest side, Malcolm X College. I worked at the longest for almost 11 years. As the vice president there in several dean's roles, and then most recently my appointment as president for the last 4 years at Olive Harvey College.
And speaking of that, you have worked in higher education and within the City Colleges of Chicago system for years. Mm-hmm. What are some things about city colleges you think people should know?
So there's so many reasons why a student or community member should even consider City Colleges of Chicago, and some important things to note. You know, oftentimes I talk about my top 5, which is size, cost, location, access to quality education, and our commitment to equity and inclusion. And so when you talk about size, you'll never find a classroom that's over 30 students. So there's a really personal touch for our students. You won't be just a number. Costs, we're like some of the most affordable tuition in the state of Illinois, and a lot of folks don't know that. You know, a lot of students are looking to go to 4-year institutions, but oftentimes it's cost prohibitive. And then we have tons of scholarship opportunities. Right now with the pandemic, there's so much federal money out there, like students don't even have to pay to go to college. And so if the students are looking for a really cost-effective way to go back to school, City Colleges is a viable option. Location. For those of you who know City Colleges, we're located throughout the city in just about every neighborhood, from the southeast side all the way to the north side and northwest side with Wright College and Truman. And Olive Harvey is right here in the back door of the Citizen on the southeast side. Quality instruction is something that I think we don't tout enough, right? We have some of the best faculty in the country. At Olive Harvey College, nearly 90% of my faculty have a terminal degree in their major or their discipline. So students are getting some of the best education that they could possibly imagine. And then our commitment to diversity, right, and equity. Our institution, Olive Harvey College, is a predominantly Black institution. We are federally designated as that. And so we're serving Black and brown students throughout the city of Chicago. We're serving all students, but each college has an equity plan where we are committed to addressing the attainment gap where African Americans and Hispanic students fall far behind our white counterparts. And so that level of commitment in and of itself is a major reason why folks should consider city colleges.
Olive Harvey College has a distinction as the Center of Excellence in Transportation, Distribution, and Logistics. How do the programs offered at the college prepare the students to go into the TDL workforce after graduation?
So that's an amazing question. I think, again, this is something that, you know, is a best kept secret. So we not only have CDL, for a long time we were known as like the truck driving school. That is not what we are, although we do offer truck driving. We teach folks how to drive a truck, but we also teach you how to be a technician for auto and diesel. We also have supply chain management and logistics. We have aviation technology. We have forklift training. And so what happens at Olive Harvey is that our teachers, our instructors for these programs are practitioners. So they have practical experience in the field. So our students are exposed to some of the best in the field. There are also tons of work-based learning opportunities. So when we talk about partnerships matter, like they really matter. Like we partner with Amazon, UPS, CTA, Pace, Navistar, Coyote, Whole Foods. Like our students like have a great hands-on experience. So when they leave our institution, not only do they have the theoretical background and educational information, but they're able to apply it. in real life. So those are some of the things that, we offer are not just the theoretical aspect of education, but also that hands-on touching portion of education.
What are some of the ways Olive Harvey is engaging young people in the community and informing them about what the college has to offer?
So we have, as you mentioned, we have a 103,000 square foot, $45 million TDL center, and most people don't know that. You can see it off of the expressway. So we're always encouraging people to come visit us. We offer open houses throughout the year. We also offer campus tours. We've recently hired 2 new recruiters. So even if you don't get to come to our school or our institution, you will see one of our recruiters at a college fair or on a college tour, at some community-based organization. We also host a number of community events. We recently started what we call our Summer Sizzle, which is dedicated to our community, where they can come out, they can check out the institution, grab a bite to eat, learn how to salsa or step. And so there's just a myriad of opportunities out there, and your students and the community are always welcome to come visit us.
The transportation, distribution, and logistics industry is ever evolving. How does Olive Harvey ensure the curriculum and programs reflect those changes?
So we, again, have faculty who have worked in the field and are very familiar with what the economic demand and need is relative to the workforce. But more importantly, I think, is our relationships, with industry and our advisory councils. So our TDL Advisory Council has a number of the industry partners that I mentioned earlier, and they're there to inform what the need of the workforce is. And so, those critical relationships and partnerships that we're continuing to forge with like CTA and PACE really keep us on our toes and ensure that we are offering relevant pedagogy to our community.
Speaking of PACE, PACE and Olive Harvey have partnered on a CDL permit course.
Mm-hmm.
Why is a program like this important, not just for the college, but for the transportation workforce?
Yeah, so this is really critical. I think you already know that there is a major shortage in the transportation industry. The pandemic didn't help. It actually exacerbated the problem. And so when PACE came to us and asked us to, host this type of program, of course, we were really eager to do so because there is a major demand. But not only with PACE, but also CTA. In other industries, we know that our mission as a community college is to serve the masses, and whenever there's an industry need, we have the agility and ability to pivot and provide those types of services. The permit for CDL is really interesting because you can't educate a lot of folks at one time. But understanding that there is such a huge demand, we are committed to expanding our program. So we will be expanding within the next year or so. We have a ton of fleet. I have nearly 20 fleet on site, but it's not enough. We recently were awarded a grant, and we will be serving as a TDL sector hub for the city of Chicago. So we'll be educating even more prospective CDL drivers because one, there's jobs out there and it's just a major need, and we have the ability to do the training.
And if people are interested in taking that course, where can they get more information?
So if anyone's interested in any of our courses, but particularly for the CDL, you can go to www.ccc.edu/Olive-Harvey.
Olive Harvey also has a cannabis training program. How does that program assist in ensuring the cannabis industry in Chicago and in Illinois is diverse and equitable?
So, hats off to our faculty. When it was announced that recreational cannabis was now legal, my faculty came to me and said, hey, look, why don't we offer a cannabis program? And I'm like, yeah, how am I going to sell weed, literally, to our board of trustees? Because, you know, sometimes we take a really conservative approach to education and higher education. But when you talk about Olive Harvey College, located on the southeast side of Chicago, serving, students who have been disproportionately impacted by the war on drugs, it was really a no-brainer. I took up the charge along with the vice chancellor, and we were able to, talk to our board of trustees about how important this is for our community relative to equity, because inherently, and you know this, cannabis has not been for Black and brown folks, and those licenses are not easy to come by. And so we want to prepare our students so that they have a fighting chance relative to not just working in a dispensary or being a bud tender, but owning a dispensary, securing a license, being able to participate in all those ancillary opportunities that are in cannabis and hemp. Now, we are a federally funded institution. We are not growing weed or cannabis per se on campus. We do have a brand new greenhouse, but we are growing hemp. And so it is housed under our urban agriculture department. So when you talk about equity, providing programs that inherently have not been afforded to students of color, is something that we pride ourselves on.
Okay. And just so people know, can you give out the website again, and then a location and a phone number so people can get in touch?
So again, www.ccc.edu/Olive-Harvey. We are located at 1001 South Woodlawn. And if you want to use the phone, you can call us 773-COLLEGE, COLLEGE.
Okay. Before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like our audience to know?
I would really just like you to know that Olive Harvey, city colleges, I'm here to promote all of city colleges, but being a president, I really have to take this opportunity to plug our institution and how amazing it is and how you would feel right at home if you were to consider Olive Harvey College. One program that I didn't mention that I do want to make mention of is our One and Out program. When we talk about equity, we have a criminal justice program that students can complete in 1 year, and it's a policing pathway. We know all the bad rap that our Chicago Police Department is getting. Some deserve, some not, but a lot of police officers are retiring, and there's just a tremendous need to fill that void. We have worked and are working collaboratively with the Chicago Police Department on a 1-year program where students will have met all of their requirements. We're working on getting CPD to waive the requirement for the entrance exam, but we'll prepare students for the physical training, which has always been an impediment, particularly for students of color. So we're super excited about all of the innovative programming that we're able to afford and offer to our community.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Remember to make
I want to do this for a living.